When you have it,
then everything else I can wait and put in front.
Anyone else have something they need to say?
Well, I don't need to say, but I'm going to say. And this is not against you, Flo, but you know, when I came on this board a little over 4 years ago, we had no attorneys at the table. And now we have 2 attorneys every night. And I just would like to understand why we have attorneys at this table and why we're spending the money, number one, and also what's the need? Because I don't get it. I mean, this is, you know, this board has been going like this for years and years and years, and now in the last 4 years, we, you know, we exponentially increased this number of attorneys at the table.
But before somebody answers that, can I just add, that's part of my concern too, this insulation that we keep putting on. Like, I agree with what she just said about the attorneys, but now, why do we have a police officer that's armed sitting right here next to the podium and up here? What caused that change? It just seems like we keep distancing ourselves from the people we're representing.
I don't see either of those things as distancing ourselves from the people we're representing. I mean, they're all the people who were here were invited to come up as close as they could, Michael.
No, I was asking why we're doing it. I recognize that you clearly don't see that, but why is that happening? Or, you know, like she asked a question about why do we need 2 attorneys? I'm asking that and saying why do we need a police officer stationed right where he's sitting?
Right.
Well,
so now she's kind of puppet master here.
She's here. She's not.
May I speak to that?
That's the
with
point.
all respect of opinions and with all respect intended, it seems to me that we have attorneys sitting at the table because the board has been sued at this, you know, and I wasn't on the board. So, I mean, I respect the fact that you are working for, you believe that you're working for your constituents, and I respect your intentions. But I do believe that that's why we have attorneys sitting at this table now, is to make sure that we are not, for example, speaking out of order in closed sessions, that we are doing, you know, and I think
that's why we hired.
That's a closed session.
But
this is over.
yes, but I still believe that because, and I think it may be a good thing to have extra checks to make sure. I mean, I think that you would be pleased about it because we have extra checks to make sure that we are behaving in the way that we are supposed to behave.
But that's my issue. Like your first meeting that you guys were here, I shook her hand, and then she's telling me what I can say and can't say, and then saying, and it's just made up stuff. And that's what I'm saying. That we shouldn't have attorneys dictating how we're going to talk and what we're going to say.
Well, and I personally have never felt as though the attorneys have said in any way what we should be saying at these meetings.
They did the first meeting you were here, to me.
Well, and
I heard that too. But my question is more, why are we spending this money? I mean, come on, this is not necessary. I don't think. And I question it. I mean, it to me, you know, in 4.5 years we've gone from 0. John came on occasion, and now we have everything. I just think it's crazy.
So Christina's role is not as the board attorney. She is the director of policy. So she helps us in the policy subcommittee and legal services, and is there to go out when the district is being sued by an employee or by a patron. Well, but I don't understand why you're asking the question if you understand it.
Well, I understand that, but I'm not understanding why Flo is here.
The other piece of Christine's job, which used to be handled by an outside attorney, is all of the work with various agencies that we have to work with. All the special ed work, all the contract work, all of that we used to farm out, and now Christina essentially does most of that. So I think it's a good question, Rose, and I think that, Michael, you know why we have more attorneys present, and Catherine's absolutely right. It's in part because of the constant challenges to our actions as a board that you have brought to the board in the last 2 years.
As a result of
so in
not
order,
getting my questions answered, okay?
Well,
but you wouldn't have to do that if questions were answered when I asked the administration, but when I think Rosemary...